Guys, welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, May.
And I'm Laura, and today we are going to talk about maybe a company that you don't know, but I think is a pretty good story about a CEO that flew too close to the sun. We're talking about the Fast CEO. It's a like auto payment company or some bullshit, doesn't really matter. And this guy who ran it into the ground very quickly.
Love it.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money.
Hold on.
From that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's risque business news.
Anything you want to discuss before I get into some of the topics in the news? I found some pretty slick ones for us to go through. Yes.
Okay. I don't know. There's not really anything going on. I'm going to Martha's Vineyard next week. That's going to be nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm already in vacation mode.
Yeah,
I can feel it. Definitely going to do shrooms in Martha's Vineyard.
Hell yes. On the
Yeah.
beach.
Which will be interesting because I'm there to spend time with my sister and her children. So
Oh.
they're going to fucking drown in the pool.
Yeah. Or be really annoying while you're on shrooms, and that doesn't sound like a good time.
Well, I can do my own thing when I'm on shrooms because I feel like that's highly irresponsible. But I will maybe be coming down from shrooms around my nephews. So that should be fun.
Tune in next week to find out how this all
I'm
goes.
going to tolerate those kids somehow. Just kidding. They're wonderful children.
Well, on my
If
side,
Susie's listening, which she doesn't, so fuck them. All right.
on my side, no Martha's Vineyard in my future. I will be here in New York doing a bunch of shows. So follow me if you don't already to come out. And then beyond that, doing my fucking job.
Hell yeah.
Trying not to get laid off. No, just kidding. Our company's doing great. But the industry as a whole has been kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah, there's been a lot of different. This week has been even more layoffs
so
going
weird.
on.
For specifically security?
No, not
Oh.
not really. I actually haven't seen any security companies get hit, but just tech as a whole. There's a lot.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to tie into our story today too.
Right. Because I think you said this to me that there's a bunch of people that are pissed that they're getting laid off from their engineering job. And it's like,
Yes.
well, don't put it on TikTok then.
Yes. Well, it's exactly one of the ones that we'll kind of talk about.
Right.
in
Like
this.
I also work 5 minutes a day, but I don't boast about it except for on this
a podcast.
right now.
And honestly, if you get fired for boasting about it in this podcast, that means we got more listeners.
That's great.
So a win.
Right.
A win.
So I will be able to afford getting fired because I have a very successful podcast.
Exactly.
Just kidding. Please tell your friends. Okay.
Please tell your friends, like and subscribe. Well, let's go ahead into one of the first things that I was doom scrolling Twitter. It's what I like to do. You have not seen this because you famously are not on Twitter anymore.
Yep.
One of the first things that caught my eye from about 2 days ago, there is a Dallas-based startup that is de-extincting animals. Hello.
Whoa. What?
I know.
That's cool.
It's really cool. Also begs a lot of questions.
Unnatural. Like,
yeah.
are we going to all die because they reintroduced some fly that like I feel like this is where the next coronavirus is going to come out of, right? They're like, we tried to fuck an elephant and a kangaroo, and now we have
jumping
coronavirus
germs.
too.
Yeah. They're just fucking kicking you in the face.
Sums up with that though, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I mean it's absolutely how like every Jurassic Park movie started. So maybe we should just take a lap before we lean into this. But this I was curious, so I looked into it more. The first animal that they want to do is the woolly mammoth. Which
that's
I know
cute.
I can I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to see like a woolly mammoth? Even though I'm sure in person you'd be like, holy shit, that's scary.
Yeah.
They got the tusks and stuff
Also,
like that.
I feel like, and this is such like, from sci-fi movies or whatever, but I'm like, a regular woolly mammoth would be so nice. And then a manufactured woolly mammoth would be a psychopath.
It's got like fucked up horns and stuff.
Yeah. It's the baby's arm. Yeah.
We're like, it's so cute. Yes. Also, like, where would they put them?
I don't know.
Like, what country is going to be like, get them in here? Just let them loose. Ohio.
Yeah.
They're running around Dayton, Ohio.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I would maybe go to Dayton, Ohio to see
Honestly,
him.
property value goes
Have you
up.
ever ridden an elephant?
I have.
You have. Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
at the zoo. I'm sure I tortured animals. Like, whatever.
Well,
I
yeah.
can't. You're right.
I've been
I
to
don't
many
know.
zoos. I've tortured many animals.
Yes,
I'm sure.
riding around on the elephant, I was like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine they're loving this.
No, I bet Greg hates living in our tiny apartment, so I torture him all the time.
That's fair. Fair enough. I have ridden an elephant. It was not as exciting as I anticipated it being.
Maybe
but
the
also,
setting.
I think the setting had a lot to do where
Yeah.
it was just very much like in a circle, get off.
Right. Yeah. If you were in like I don't know. Are they in Thailand? Is that where they are?
I think they're around Asia. I think they're in Africa too. There's like a different types of them.
Yeah,
Asian
but there's
elephants.
also one. India too has elephants.
I believe so.
Right?
Yes.
But like, if you were,
I've seen the Jungle Book.
yeah. But if you were like on it in its natural habitat with someone walking around, that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Probably.
I would definitely.
I've never done that. I would like to do that.
I would like to do that as well. Well, the second animal that they're bringing back is the Tasmanian tiger.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
That sounds like we're really leaning in a little too heavily.
Too fast.
Tasmanian devil is the other one that I know. Terrifying. Have you
Yeah.
seen those? Terrifying.
Yeah, so scary.
Terrifying animals. They fight each other.
Why? What's the purpose?
What the fuck is the point of doing that 1 second,
Yeah.
guys? I felt like a cute little gecko
or like a
something.
dodo bird or something.
Dodo
to be like,
bird.
oh, isn't that funny? Isn't that ironic?
It's so funny that you brought exactly
Yeah.
dodo bird. Instead, they lean into the Tasmanian tiger, which is the what was it? Hold
when
on.
did it go extinct?
In like the 30s, so maybe that was part of their
Oh, maybe-
rationale.
yeah,
like
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
hasn't been gone that long.
It looks like anorexic.
It apparently is one of the world's largest carnivorous marsupials.
Holy. And was it in Africa before? I guess?
I didn't read enough into it.
Okay.
Tasmania, I guess that's a place, I think. And this is the craziest part is that I was reading into this. So this startup basically just got like a couple $1 million and like 20 million in funding to do this. Like this is a real thing they're trying to do
This
soon.
feels like an Elon thing.
Absolutely. He'd be like, are we making animals fuck in weird spots?
yeah.
I'm on board.
Can I fuck them?
Can I get in there? Here's funding. We're buying you. So the way that they're actually going to do this is take the DNA of another animal and then use the CRISPR thing, whatever, and alter it to match the DNA of the original, the Tasmanian tiger or the woolly mammoth.
How long until Upper East Side rich moms get these as pets?
Gonna be the
you know, because they're already cloning their dogs, so they might as well just go more exotic.
Gonna see a fucking, it's got these stripes on the back. We're gonna see like this like old Upper East Side lady just walking around with a Tasmanian tiger.
I wouldn't
in
doubt it.
Central Park.
There was some guy for the longest time that in the West Village, he would walk around his pig, and I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he moved or whatever, but like it would be this huge fucking pig, and I was like, first of all, like
a big one,
like a big one, like probably like 300 pounds.
Oh
like
my
a fucking
God.
massive pig. And I'm like, I know that pigs are like smarter than dogs and blah 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 and like whatever, but I was like, it's got to be unhappy, and I guess
it's in New York City.
Yeah.
Also, does it have to do this? Like, is it like a walk up? You better have an elevator if you have a 300-pound pig.
It better have a backyard. Because
First of all, that.
Is it just shitting all over your fucking house? I guess you can train it like you would a dog to just shit on the.
I don't know, but that's hilarious.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
But then it was like sad to me because obviously people would take photos of it. And it's like, you're not interested in the life of this pig. You're just interested in people taking photos. The clout around the fucking pig.
Big clout.
Yeah, truly.
Well, if someone had a woolly mammoth, I would be for sure taking pictures and trying to ride it as well.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll say about this is the thing that shook me the most is the way that they would actually end up having these animals come into being.
Okay.
Is by taking that DNA and like doing the egg bullshit.
Yeah.
And then putting that egg into a surrogate of another like elephant for the woolly mammoth or this like mouse-sized fat-tailed dunnart. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's another carnivorous marsupial.
Whoa.
So then they're having a baby
Oh my
of
God.
a different extinct species.
That's crazy.
That's like when Mary had Jesus kind of
Yeah.
deal. I feel like
she was a virgin. Okay.
she's like, Lord, I don't know.
Wow. That's insane.
These animals are like, how blacked out was I? Like, what did I fuck to have this? You've got to be kidding me.
Those tranquilizers really stuck with me.
Wow.
Damn, that's nuts. Lately, I've seen a lot of videos randomly of hippos giving birth. I don't know how I got on. Did you get on that side of TikTok?
I am not on. I wish actually I'd like probably now will be.
Oh my God, so gross.
Really?
Ew, of course. It comes out like slimy. Ooh.
Oh, it's like in there. Yeah. It's not just like hippo baby.
No. And somebody's like pulling on. You know, have you ever seen like a
No.
deer getting birthed?
No.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
How have you not seen
I don't know, man.
So they like all of a sudden you'll see like a hoof come out, and then how it happens naturally, it must take like a week. But obviously, like the humans around kind of like help them, and they just like yank on this little baby, and they're just like pulling a baby out, and it's fucking insane. And then it like lands, and it's like
They can walk like right away, right?
Right. It usually will be like thud on the ground, and then it gets up and it's like Bambi.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I've seen Bambi. No, I know.
Yeah.
I know the cartoon version of this.
Can you believe that?
That is, well, that's going to be happening with a woolly mammoth
that is
in a year or
yucky.
two. I will definitely be following this story.
That is cool. I mean, it's cool. It's got a little concerning. I don't like.
It's definitely, I'm thinking about it a lot.
Right. I'm not like a religious person, obviously, but I'm sort of like, I don't know. Do you want to fuck with nature that much? Like, it kind of makes me scared. You know that like effect that's like, oh, like 20 years ago, if you killed this bee, then the whole world would have changed.
Yeah,
And
butterfly
I'm like,
effect.
Yeah, and so now I'm like,
The
oh
Ashton
boy.
Kutcher movie.
Yes.
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher said you shouldn't fuck with things.
Exactly.
Do we want to talk about quiet quitting?
Yeah, let's do it. I've heard about quiet quitting, and I'm like, that's just me doing my job to the best of my ability.
Yeah, it's like kind of been all over. LinkedIn, of course, has been losing
Right.
their mind over
Yeah.
this. I feel like I've gotten a lot of Wall Street Journal like push notifications too.
Right.
Because it's August and everyone's pissed that their boss is calling them while they're on PTO.
Right.
Like, I'm going to quiet quit on you.
All right.
I'm like, well, there also are layoffs. So
Yeah. Might want to prove your worth.
maybe reply to a Slack while you're on the beach. God forbid. No, you should take your time off. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, there was this big expose, shall we call
Okay.
it, of these researchers talking about a bunch of people like on TikTok and stuff like that doing videos about quiet quitting, where you basically just do what you're paid to do and don't go above and beyond at your job.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Why would I do any more than I'm
The
paid
nice thing
for?
about sales is it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
like, did you make the money or no? Like, it's the
Right.
end. No one really gives a shit how you make the sausage. Bring it in.
Exactly. If I'm like banging people to bring in deals, they'd be like, all right.
And be like, that's on non-company time, right? You're not
Yeah.
going to sue us?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, oh, well. And then one last thing that I wanted to bring
Wait,
up.
is lettuce getting fucking recalled again? Is that what I'm seeing
Yes.
here? Oh my
I
god.
put
You're
this
trying
in-
to do a good thing.
I put this in because, as we know, we have our stupid fucking salads trademark pending. And we have filed for trademark on the stupid fucking salad company. And unfortunately, we might need to be switching to spinach on these salads
really?
because
Fuck spinach.
the
Should I
Colorado-
hate spinach?
yeah, the Colorado River has got like all sorts of shit going on. I don't know. I'm not a weatherman.
Okay.
And apparently because a lot of the water won't be getting to wherever the crops are in, I guess, Nevada and Mexico or Arizona.
Yeah.
We are going to have 90% of the United States lettuce go away during the winter.
What?
90.
That's a lot.
I mean, hopefully they'll figure it out before that. But like right now,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we don't have lettuce.
well, that's insane.
That's why I picked it.
Yeah. Well, I usually do. For my lettuce, I get it from Seder Farms. You know Seder Farms.
Where's that?
It's in Long Island.
Oh,
so
well, that's
I don't
good.
think it'll be affected.
No, you'll be fine. But the Seder Farms will probably be really expensive.
Yeah, true. Because they
And then you're
can't.
going to pay $30 for a stupid fucking salad.
Oh my
I
god!
mean,
Could you imagine?
no, that's insult to injury.
I bet Sweet Green is like fuck.
Yeah, well, Sweet Green just announced a bunch of closures as well.
Really? Closures.
Everyone's freaking out a little bit.
It's what some might call a recession. Others might call semantics. So
It's just like a way of thinking about things.
right. It is the technical term that has been used and agreed upon and for finance experts for
A
centuries.
long time, yeah.
But
It's like, are you in it's like Jimmy Buffett, you know, like a
Right.
recession state of mind. And
Right,
you don't
right.
want that. You want to be like, oh,
fun state of
Hakuna
mind.
Matata.
Right. I can afford this lettuce.
Exactly.
There aren't kids
It's
starving.
It's
gonna
okay.
be
It's okay that all the lettuce is dying.
people aren't getting evicted from their homes.
No, Sweet Green, you're fine.
Okay.
But actually, that'll finish up into this last little story that we have here. So obviously, there are a lot of different companies that are closing and things like that. Not like a lot. I know I'm super focused on the tech industry just by the nature of what I like. There
Yeah.
are plenty of companies that are doing just fine, but a lot of these startups and groups that have gotten like a bunch of funding and things like that, they aren't doing very well. And it's kind of one of those things where you're like, well, no shit, the delivery service that only delivers like
Right.
like little girl socks or whatever isn't gonna be crushing it.
Right.
It's gonna burn the money. I don't know what to tell you.
Isn't Gorillas going away? Gorillas was
yeah,
pretty cool. It was like a delivery service that if you ordered something, it would come within 7 minutes.
It
or something
made
insane. It made no sense.
Like I was like, what deal with the devil did you make
I
to have
presume
that happen?
It would just be like a bunch of freelance people that just had it on their phone, and if they were walking, got a notification right there, like if they were like right next to an apartment building or something. I don't really know.
So the way that I've seen, I don't know about Gorillas, but some of the other ones worked is they'd have basically like bodegas that would only carry whatever 100 products that they had on the Gorillas app.
Yeah.
And the people would go over, pick up the box, and like take it over. So there would be like delivery people basically sitting on standby.
Well, that's GoPuff. GoPuff definitely did that.
Yeah.
Right?
So I think Gorillas was similar, but maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Anyway, as a result, there are a lot of videos, like you may have seen this picture of the crying CEO who I didn't do a ton of research into
the
him.
forehead vein really sells it.
Do you think he just like fucking did some push-ups right before? It's like, I gotta look upset.
There's a lot of things I don't like about my appearance, but I am glad that I don't have a forehead vein.
When I was really in shape, I would get the forehead vein, and it's
really. So it's an in shape thing?
It's not just an in shape thing.
Okay.
It's like just your blood vessels being super dilated.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And yeah, every once in a while, like there's some old pictures of me where I was like,
whoa.
like I had a lot of blood. Like I would literally go to
Yeah.
Colorado Springs to,
Right.
For swimming. Remember?
Right. Oh, we remember.
We
yeah.
remember.
Well,
But anyway,
I was feeling good about myself, but maybe I've never been in shape.
No, you're fine. It's really not a thing, especially for women. Like,
Yeah.
I'm weird.
Okay.
It's me. But anyway, this guy posted a picture of himself after he had laid off a ton of people from his company, crying because he was so upset as the CEO.
I mean,
which is like not fair. Like,
right.
I guess I'm glad that he's like leaning in on having emotions, as one would say.
yeah, I mean, that would suck to have to
but also
essentially fire a bunch of people.
Also, like, just write a little statement if you have
Yeah.
to address it at all on LinkedIn.
Right.
Like,
embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, and also doing this for clout, like making sure everyone knows how upset you are. Like, get the fuck out of here. And also, I'm sure you're probably not linked to the reason that those people got laid off.
True.
Which is something we'll talk about now in our story of Fast.
Okay.
And its CEO, specifically Domm Holland.
Wow, he looks like a douche canoe.
Oh, God. This guy is like, he's a lot. So he's an Australian. He's from Brisbane.
Well, that explains why he looks like a douche. I'm sorry. We love you, Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah. But Australians are obnoxious. Okay,
we get
continue.
canceled in Australia.
Yeah. In general, yeah.
I'm going to disagree with May. I actually really like Australians because they're fucking crazy, and so am I.
That's true.
So it's perfect. It's a
Okay.
match made in heaven, if I may.
Yeah.
But this guy specifically, he's a lot. He is a lot. He now lives in Tampa, Florida, which what is going on with Tampa, Florida
It's
being
blowing up.
every other week? I'm getting reference to it again.
People love Tampa, Florida.
People love it. Yeah.
It's a no frills. It's actually kind of nice, and it's sort of like a secret of how nice it is.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's cheap. There's dolphins. There's alcohol.
Yeah.
The end.
I love it.
End of story.
There's boats.
Boats. Boobs. Booze.
Yeah.
Probably
Butts.
boobs.
Probably
Butts.
butts.
Probably butts.
Probably vaginas. Probably guns.
How much more do we need to sell to you? Everyone's like, okay, what the hell?
There's a strip club next to a gun store. Can you talk about convenience?
It's just like a one-stop shop. I don't know.
mean, yeah. That's a great Saturday, if you ask me.
Well, this guy agrees. He is, you can see some of the pictures. We'll do some stuff online too, on YouTube and like our Instagram, which we're posting shit on again. Look at us go. This guy looks young. He looks like very like he does a lot of coke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
He
I know
does.
exactly what you
His
mean.
Instagram is really, really sweet, I will say. Like, it's a lot of pictures of him, like, on boats with his, like, adorable family, which I did really like.
Really?
And,
That is cute.
yeah, hold on.
The bar is so low for
men.
men. Whenever I'm like, oh my God, he's not being secretive about his wife. I love that.
Wow, that's so, give him a medal. Where's his
Yeah.
purple heart?
His children aren't totally separated from him, and he's not paying, and he's actually paying for their support. What?
He knows their names.
Yeah.
But how?
But how? That's so funny.
Well, anyway, I do think he knows his kids' names. They're out and about. He lives in Tampa, Florida. It's true. And I started off like my research on this guy by checking out his Instagram, and he has a lot of videos of him doing donuts in race cars. Like, check this one out the gate. Okay, look at that spin.
I mean, it's kind of
1,
fun.
2. It looks fun as hell.
Listen, guys having a good time.
3, and then watch this. Out the window, popping it out. Does the door not work? We don't know. Run it over. Here's your salmon jacket.
Why is everybody so pumped for him? He's just putting on a salmon jacket.
This was like part of like one of the promotional things they were doing for the company.
That's so funny.
We'll talk more about that.
What is fast? Can we get into that?
Yes, we will. But I first want to show you one more video of
okay.
donuts. This is donuts on the beach. Come, look at him go.
All right.
Look at him. Donuts, circle hands. Off he goes. That looks so cool.
It actually does look really fun.
So,
although I'd be scared, but it's kind of cool.
He looks like he's trying to trend on TikTok, which, like,
yeah.
To your point, what is fast? What does it have to do with donuts in the beach? Nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. Fast is, we'll go more into it in a minute, but Fast is a company where you would, like, do one-click payment and ordering on websites. Like
a PayPal?
It's a little bit faster than that, but basically, you know how Amazon, you can click and it like you slide the bar and it like places the order.
Yeah,
it's like one sweep. They would be able to be an app. I think it is installed into like if let's say
into
Madewell or something like that.
Okay.
No, into like the individual companies would put it embed it into their websites. So then if I was going and I was like trying to check out from some bullshit site, I would use or they would use Fast, and I would have that option to just one click have all the order placed.
Well, that's kind of scary though, because
it's I mean, Amazon does it, and the reason this became a thing is that Amazon had a patent on one-click payment, I guess, for some time, and that that expired in 2017, which is what them and then another company, Bolt, and probably some others were like, oh, here's an opportunity to like get into this market. I get it. Like, it kind of makes sense. I'm sure there's I don't know nearly enough about it, but whatever.
They should be doing tons of memes about how, like, God gives his strongest soldiers the biggest challenges, and the challenge is, like, getting up and getting your credit card. Like, you know, like,
there you go. You're hired.
Things like that. So, like, that could really work for him.
We've now seen 2 videos of him doing donuts in cars. One with a NASCAR car. So, all
right.
We'll circle back on that, but let's go back in time first out the gate. So at this point, all I know about him is that he had done a bunch of donuts in the car, and he was working at this company or running this company called Fast. So I originally became aware of him because there was the Twitter thread and an NPR article talking about his weird background. Okay. And one of the first things was like, where did he originally get money to like kind of, you know, get going? This is actually pretty hysterical. I love this one. So you know the airline Qantas?
Yes.
So he in 2010 bought the domain name quant.as for $20.
Oh my God.
So super cheap. And redirected it to Virgin Blue, a rival airline.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
I love it.
That's really good.
I love it. Like, this is, I mean, it's sketchy. I get it. Like, but I love it.
No, that's fantastic.
That's just grade A humor right there.
I love that.
And what he did is then like started obviously being like, hey, Qantas, this is a kind of a bummer. Am I right? Or am I right? And they paid him $1.3 million to give it over. To sell him the domain. It should be
more.
Possibly. They said that they wouldn't identify the buyer, blah, 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 all this stuff. But either way, he made his money out the gate, $1.3 million for quant.as. Also, like, now I kind of just want to go online. I'm sure people have already done this, but just be like, what
every
is
company?
AMA.zon.
Yeah. Right.
Jeff, hello, here I am. Where's my money? So that's how he started, got a little nest egg out the gate. And then he started another company in Australia called Tow. And this is where things start to get even shadier. Tow was an on-demand vehicle towing platform in Australia.
So a towing service.
A towing service. Kind of.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like, and towing that comes to you.
Right. It's like that's what a tow truck driver does.
That is a towing company.
Yeah.
We don't know what to tell you. So in 2013, the reason that this came around in the first place was because he won an exclusive contract to tow cars seized by police under Australia's anti-hoon legislation.
Mm-hmm. The fuck is a hoon?
Exactly. Yeah. What the I was like, that sounds racist. I don't know. I don't know, but it sounds it. It's not. Or maybe it is and I'm canceled. But either way, according to Google, that didn't come up. It said that it's a well-known term in Australia and New Zealand for aggressive antisocial drivers. So you would call them like highway goons, which is a combination of hooligans and loons. Examples of the kind of behavior that's bad for hoons is doing wheelies that had torn up turf on a local athletic field.
That does feel racist.
Yes. Wait a second. You're like,
yeah.
no, right? Then there was another one. This was like an actual like news article like reporting hoon behavior where they were seeking hoons, the police were, who had chased down kangaroos in their car.
Oh, no.
And jumped out and clubbed 3 of them to death.
What?
Australia? Come on.
Why would they? Have you ever seen that buff kangaroo that everybody wants to have sex with?
Oh, I think I saw the one. Would you see one where it fought the dog?
No.
And then the guy comes out and just fucking punches it in the face.
Yes, and they're like squaring off. Wait, you got to bring it up.
Yes.
That is the fucking most amazing
kangaroo.
thing. Kangaroos are wild.
Dog man fight.
There it is. There it is. Oh my god.
Oh
this is
god,
awesome.
the dog.
Viral hog.
Yes.
As Greg runs in, we realise this could get dangerous.
Is this it? I don't know if it's it. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's on. Look at it, and they're squaring off. Oh, that thing just hit him right in the face.
Boomed him.
And then he just turns his back on him.
That's absolutely terrifying.
Well, we're not sure what's going on here, but the Roo has the dog, not the other way
Oh my
around.
god, that dog.
Max
Poor
calmly waits for
dog.
his owner to come and help. The buckaroo sees the odds stacking against him and tries to gut the dog with his claws one last time.
No, poor
His
dog.
powerful arms anchor the
wow.
dog by the breastplate as Max doubles his efforts to escape. Finally, the Roo switches his attention to Tongs and
Shut the fuck up. Look at them.
That is so funny, and the fact that he hits him in the face is so
Watch what
funny.
To save himself, he launches the kangaroo's snout. The punch swivels the Roo's head.
Oh,
Throws his claws
his
out to
arms.
grapple
This
him
is
down.
the best thing I've ever seen.
Dude,
he's stunned.
this guy better have walked off camera, gotten his dick sucked immediately. Immediate dick sucking for this man who just fucking got him.
That is so fucking funny. He just punch a kangaroo, like literally square up.
The kangaroo was too stunned to speak.
Some revenge for the clip on the snout.
Oh,
God.
if you are just listening to this, look it up. I could not recommend it more. Could not recommend it more.
Maybe we'll have to put that in the corner.
Yeah. Oh no, we'll throw that on the YouTube. The YouTube people will take care of you. Other way more boring examples of this is drag racing, like burning rubber, things like that, intentionally skidding.
So basically what the CEO is doing.
Yeah, causing exactly. Literally him doing. Yeah, you're so right.
He's a hoon.
He had just been doing that, and he's literally towing other cars, and then caught going over 28 miles per hour over the speed limit, which is not even that much.
No, it's not that much, no.
No, it's not. And this is why this is wild. The anti-hoon laws, the first time you had an offense, anti-hoon. It sounds, I'm going to get canceled.
What a hilarious, law. Anti-hoon. It's like,
Anti-hoon?
right. It should be like, I don't know, drive responsibly law or
reckless
something.
driving.
Reckless driving
Come
law.
on. Like adults.
Yeah, that's
Australia, though, is just like, lean in.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
it happen.
We're all descendants of criminals. Let's go for it.
Probably. So the first time you had an offense, including like the speeding one, your car was impounded for 48 hours at your expense.
It's a long time.
Can you imagine getting pulled over and they're like, get out.
We're taking the car.
We're taking the car. You get to hang out here, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
In the middle of the outback.
That sucks. Well, you gotta have your hands up, dukes up, you know?
Yeah, you got to fight some kangaroos.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Ride it out. Get the elephant. Woolly mammoth maybe coming by. We don't know. So for the second offense, within 3 years, they can take the car for 3 months and then 3 strikes and they take it forever.
Whoa.
which
Okay.
is kind of like, so it's a pretty intense law.
I mean, that's kind of fine though.
Taking your car, like, give me a ticket.
Yeah, I
Give me a
know.
fucking ticket.
Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, like, if I got 3 DUIs, it's like, girl.
Yeah, but 28 miles per hour over the speed limit.
You're right.
Does not a DUI make.
You're right.
But you're right.
Yeah.
There should be variation. Anyway, I'm not here to talk shit about anti-hoon laws.
Right. Drive
I will
responsibly,
say
everybody.
that is a thing that is apparently real down there, and as a result there was a business opportunity for him to go and get this contract where he was going to hire subcontractor tow truck, like, which are typically like mom and pop sort of shops, and connect them with these government contracts where the cars that were obviously being in mass kind of impounded would be taken off, and then they would get the money and blah blah blah.
Great.
So he was known as the Uber of tow trucks. That was kind of like how the startup was pitched.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, so far so good.
Yeah, so far so good, because my family owns a tow business on Cape Cod, and like, it's very old school how things happen. Like,
Exactly. And
literally, they get a call on their cell phone. They're like, all right, and then they go to the location. It's not like
Yeah, exactly.
maybe it's a little bit more intense than that, but it's pretty straightforward. They're not like up on technology.
Exactly. And I think he was basically going to be like the Uber of tow trucks. So like kind of that go between of where the cars bring them out to the lots, blah blah blah. So the unfortunate thing that bit him in the ass on this is, it turns out hoons don't give a shit about their cars. The people that are doing this kind of behavior are typically driving like junky cars.
Oh.
Or, enough, at least. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to judge. But like, enough of them were that this was like,
so they're not interested in even getting their cars out of the pound.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
So people would come and they would do bullshit with their car. They'd get it taken away. It would be some like fucking 1980, like, I don't know anything about cars. Camry? When do those come out?
Great.
Doesn't matter. Point is that they get pulled over, take the car away, towed to a lot, and then when you're when you're being towed, like, you need to pay for that, and then the storage fees and stuff like that all adds up. So then they would never show up.
Oh.
So then the storage fees would start adding up, and they were saying that the tow.com service needed to pay that when the owners didn't show up.
Oh boy.
And then he was saying the government needed to pay that.
Oh.
And then the government was saying, we don't fucking
No,
care.
I'm not doing that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
So, I know, after a while, there was like this massive unpaid bill to the various towing companies, which are all small mom and pop shops, and they were like having these random people's cars.
That
And
sucks.
I know, it's like kind of a messy situation.
Yeah.
So then what Dom did is he went and sued the government, saying that they needed to pay for the storage fees, which was up to $15 million at this point.
Holy shit.
Really added up. A lot of hoons out there. Hooligan loons. The government said that they needed to pay, and they kind of just kept going back and forth for some time. And this lawsuit went around until eventually Dom was like basically running out of money, and he decided to pull this really weird move where he was like, hey, he made a statement to ABC, which is like the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, saying, I've got no choice. The state has delayed this lawsuit and this dispute so long that I've got no other viable or legal options other than just sell my share in this business to another entity that can afford to fight that battle.
Whoa.
Okay, so he's going to sell the company. Fair. But also, he made sure to clarify that included in the sale of this company, he was also going to sell all of the information about the people with the cars that had been impounded.
Oh.
Which, like, technically I get it, but he made sure to highlight, like, it is critically sensitive personal information, including the date of birth of these people, license details, bank account details for some of them, passport numbers, home addresses, mobile numbers, and names, and a lot more.
Whoa.
The really concerning thing is just over 40% of these people have never committed an offense beyond this, haven't received a speeding fine, had no interaction with the police service.
Not that anybody deserves to have their information leaked, but
yeah, even if you were a criminal, like, you shouldn't just be up to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
And I guess there was no way of saying that the company that bought them weren't going to use that information. Like, there weren't any laws saying you can't like use that for a marketing campaign or some other random bullshit.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
it's PII, like, that's like personal information, and he was basically like, I'm going to sell it if you guys don't fucking settle this lawsuit.
Oh, fuck.
He must have been pretty desperate to do this.
I mean, $15 million? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's low-key threatening the government, and he said there were offers on the table, but then the government was like, absolutely not.
Really?
You are absolutely not going to just sell the information of our citizens to a random ass company.
That's
like
crazy.
that is not going to happen. And they said that they were going to put him in jail if he did.
Oh shit.
And he
okay.
had to destroy all of that information by a certain date or
Okay.
he would be arrested.
Wow.
So as a result, he had to just fully close down the business.
Yeah.
He texted his staff saying that they were going to be obviously fired,
Right.
and they were pissed.
So this is the first time he's completely shut down a business.
This is, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So, well, I mean,
Ugh.
he had the Qantas win. Then he had this
Okay.
company, Tow.com. And this was it's not like a big deal, but like it had fewer than 10 people at the actual company. But
Really?
like it's certainly,
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's like this one state in Australia. It's not like massive, but at the same
Right.
time, it's still
$15
impacting
million.
people. Yeah.
Massive. Yeah.
And so he did this whole like shtick of like, it is with tremendous heartache that I need to let you know that your employment here is therefore terminated, like trying to be like the good guys kind of deal.
Right.
And he did so. He fired everyone. He closed down the company. He screwed over all the tow truck drivers. They basically got paid
No
pennies.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sucks.
So one of the guys was actually out $450,000.
You're kidding me.
Exactly. And that's where it's like,
Oh.
so far, he's in a tough spot. I
Yeah.
kind of can see that, like, what is he supposed to really do?
Right.
But what he decides to do is get the fuck out of Australia. He moves.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
He drags his ass over here to the United States and starts calling himself, I referred to him incorrectly earlier, he calls himself Dom here in the United States instead of Dominic.
Oh, no one's ever going to catch on to that.
They're like, who are you?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, so he screwed up over a bunch of people and they were pissed. He was like, he made a promise. We got a small payment then he disappeared. Mate. That was included in the quote.
He disappeared, mate.
He disappeared, mate. And then he jumped on a plane and he's flying to America.
No, he's going to America. No.
Another one of the only accents we are allowed to do.
Yeah. So we're really going to lean in.
We're going to lean in.
Even though I do a
horrifying job.
Yeah.
Either way, so he's going back and forth, and then these guys get even more pissed off because all of a sudden they see on the news that Dom Holland now has had some success. He's actually started another company in the United States called Fast.
Okay.
So now we're caught up to what's going on in the US. And they were pissed off because out the gate, he was trying to, the company Fast, as we were talking about earlier, was trying to give the rest of the internet one-click checkout, like what was already offered by Amazon. Mm-hmm. Cutie. Which is obviously a good idea. People like easy checkout. And I loved it. Like, all of these companies always have their little shtick in the background. They're like, what's our little story about how did I get the idea? And his is so cheesy. He goes, his wife's granny couldn't buy groceries because she forgot her password.
Okay.
First of all, why is your grandmother buying groceries online?
Yeah, and also, I guess it makes sense. I can't really go to the grocery store.
I guess, but I feel like my grandmother could barely log into the internet.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
In his defense, like, my mom used to buy groceries for my grandma and then bring them over. So it would have been much nicer if she could go on and log into Instacart, but she couldn't do it.
Well,
so
he had a solution for her.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a solution for her. I just always love those little shticky, they're
Yeah.
like, and that's why I made it. I am a wholesome guy.
Totally. And not because I want to rip off a bunch of people.
No, tow truck drivers in Australia. So he raised $2.5 million in a pre-seed round in 2019. And I just want to pause for a second. This man had just run another fucking company literally into the ground.
When?
Had to escape. He had to go around the world. $2.5 million just given to him by investors.
You know what, though? I'm kind of happy about this news because I'm like, if something really bad happens in America, you can just flee to France and your credits totally.
Yeah, you just go over there and just
neutral.
kind of convince a bunch of
Yeah, I'm not
VCs.
May, I'm Maeve. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have the internet, I guess, over there. We don't know. Silicon Valley didn't know how to Google anyone.
Right.
I found this pretty fucking easy. The articles from when this happened. No one thought. They were just like, here's a check. Just get into it.
Funny.
So he did that for the pre-seed round, and then he raised $20 million, which is not negligible, as a Series A in 2020. And then in his Series B a couple of years later, he raised $102 million from Stripe and Addition.
Oh, wow. Those are big companies.
I mean, like now we're like, this is like a big deal. Like $102 million. That's like a fairly intense funding round.
So we're up to 32.5 million, I guess, right?
124.5.
Oh, sorry, 124. Sorry, I thought it was 10.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
Much more.
Yes. But point is, so at that point, that's like a significant amount. And Stripe is also obviously a fairly important company. You know, they have their own payment platforms, though they focus on B2B. And this was going to be basically a piece underneath for B2C.
Yeah.
Like business to
That's what
consumer.
we use to collect our invoices. Stripe.
Great group. Well,
Nice little ad for them just there.
sponsored by, not at all.
Yeah. We wish.
Yeah. That'd be an interesting one.
Yeah.
So Fast at this point had grown from just obviously 2 co-founders at the start of 2020 to now 90 people and then over 200 people by the end of 2021. And as we know, he has this interesting background. He does not stop being a little bit sketchy. This next thing he does it's like technically allowed. It's just like a little weird and it rubs some people the wrong way.
All right.
So in order to build out their platform, they needed engineers, right?
Okay.
And engineers are expensive. So what they did, and this is not uncommon at all, is they went to Nigeria and they hired a bunch of engineers over there, which is cool, fair enough.
Okay.
And it's much cheaper. It paid them $800 a month.
Whoa.
And I understand that that's like cost of living and whatever, like
right.
hell of an adjustment, I guess. Though that is apparently underselling them for what other tech companies were hiring people in Nigeria for.
I mean, obviously,
it's $5 an hour.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Furious.
Yeah.
Furious.
At least round up to 1,000.
Yeah, goddamn. He also made sure to ship them all Fast t-shirts, which made me laugh forever because like the cost of shipping shit to Nigeria is probably the cost of like 10 of your, like it's not cheap to do that shit.
That's insane.
That's so funny to
like,
me.
can you just give me another $100 in my paycheck?
Quite
Thank you.
Literally
or
like a massive raise. I mean, cost shipping something like a big box of t-shirts to Nigeria, that's probably going to cost like at least $600.
At least.
Yeah.
I've like overnighted stuff from like here to Boston. And it's been like $100 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And that Nigeria, not easy to get to. Anyway, so a few months later, he has these guys over there and they're really cute. Look at them. And they're all their Fast t-shirts. Like they're like really young, smart guys out there. Cool. Nice. And he fired all of them.
Oh, no.
A few months later. Because basically they built the original version that he was pitching to the VCs. Oh, my God.
And then he fired them immediately?
He fired them immediately after they completed building that and took credit for building it himself.
Whoa. No.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that
and
shit.
I get it. Like, I understand it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and like technically these guys were hired by him. Like, it's really none of their business like what he ends up doing with the product. That I get it. Like, technically he's not in the wrong.
Sure.
He's technically not in the wrong.
Okay.
But it feels like there's not illegal by any means.
It's not illegal. It's just immoral, and it's kind of fucking bullshit, dude.
It's just unfortunate that I was able to go online and find this picture of these lovely young men in their shirts, all excited, and then know the story of the fact that they got instantly fired. Yeah. And he took credit for all their work.
Also, where's the women?
No, not cheering. They're like, listen, we are one battle at a time over here. We don't know what to tell you.
I don't see a single trans woman in this photo,
God
Laura.
Damn it. A lot of Fast t-shirts. They were like, we didn't have any women's sizes. They're still on the way. We'll hire them after.
Okay.
So he was telling investors that he had built the prototype for this himself, which is not true. But either way, at this point, a couple months later, he has a functioning product and he had raised a bunch of money. He had gone through some of those funding rounds.
Feels like a really sophisticated product too. I'm still like sort of confused about how it knows your credit card information and all that stuff.
I think it's like, I don't know. What if it's about to do you see like my bullshit engine turning on?
Yeah, I think it probably has to do with the back end and the code and like shut the hell up.
I have no fucking idea, but I work in tech, so I will make it up.
The
sales, baby. Let's go. So yeah, he had no idea, or I have no idea. They just made it, and after this, he now has a functioning product-ish, and there's some issues, but sure. And he was able to pivot to his passion, which apparently, and everyone was saying, was producing slickly produced commercials featuring people snowboarding and surfing more than anything else.
Well, how does that have anything to do with
Exactly.
your company? It's more like, okay, if you want to be in advertising, then be in advertising.
Right. I think just like took this perspective that he needed to like trend and make everything like super cool, even if it was completely unrelated to selling his shit. I guess like the concept was anything fast. So snorbing and surfing is, I don't know.
Great.
Okay. One of the ex-Fast employees had a quote in one of the articles that I read saying, "The one time a week we heard from the executive team, Dom was often not there because he was skydiving."
That often?
Yeah. Which, first of all, that's a lot of skydiving.
It really
Once
is.
a week?
Yeah, you're like...
That's a job in itself.
Truly. And if that is like if there's a statistic that's like, oh, you're not going to die from skydiving because it's only if you skydive 1,000,000 times. It's like, well
we're moving on. We're working
on
it. He was suicidal very slowly.
Have you ever skydived?
Yeah.
You have?
I have in Colorado.
You've done a bunch of cool stuff. I haven't gone on an elephant. I haven't skydived.
Oh, come on.
I know. What'd you think? Was it worth it?
It was really fun. It was worth it. I would do it again. But I would say skydiving,
I'm so scared.
It scared the shit out. I was fucking terrified.
Yeah.
People saying like, no, it's terrifying. What really creeped me out is we were on the plane and it took off and I was like, oh my God, I'm not landing. Yeah, like what?
Whoa, that's nuts.
Also, we went to this place in Colorado and then after we left, we Googled the place because we didn't do it ahead. People had died there.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I have a pretty fun video of me jumping out the fucking plane.
Did it at least go viral? It wouldn't even go viral. It's not even that interesting.
No.
Unless you do something interesting in the air.
No. Also, if anything interesting is happening in the air, like that definitely is going to increase the chances of you fucking dying.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh my God. Oh, obviously you've seen all these videos of like grandmas slipping out of their shit. They're like slipping out of the thing that they hold you in.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh
I've
my
literally
God.
done no research. I just went.
Laura?
I just got in the car and I went and I jumped off a plane.
Viral video that I saw a few years ago that there was like she really wanted to go skydiving. She was like 80 years old or something like that.
Heard that
She's
song.
Like, let's do it.
I went skydiving.
Yeah.
She's like, me.
And then I'll go Rocky Mountain climbing. But so she flew out and she was like slipping out of the straps and she was literally like hanging on by a thread in the air. She made it, thank God.
Whoa,
but
what
like,
an epic way to die though.
Yeah, kinda. But thankfully she didn't die. But oh my fucking God, dude. I was like, we're on different sides of the internet.
We definitely
and
are.
And it's kind of fun.
Because I can inform you of it.
Yeah, and I get to tell you, like, listen, there's an old lady that almost died.
She almost died.
I'll show you after this
I will
pod.
say, I want to die like that. Something cool. You know what I don't want to do? Be in my bed, just dead.
I know. I don't want to die
so
at all.
If anyone
Is
wants
that
to
possible?
if anyone wants to do an extreme sport when I'm like 80 to 90 years old, call me.
80 to 90, you're young. I'm like
that's
100.
True. 90 to 100. Yeah. Whatever. It depends on like how my health is doing.
Yeah.
I'll be, the more crazy shit I'm doing, the more I'm like, I'm in a lot of pain on a day-to-day basis, so we gotta fuck it. Fuck it. Okay. Back to the story. So they, he was always skydiving or whatever. And the next quote was, they've been able to spin up an image around this company that has nothing to do with payments whatsoever. It's just branding and optics. So they were just trying to make it look cool. Mm-hmm. And I guess they did a decent job, but people were still like, okay, what do you do? Though?
Right.
We liked and subscribed.
And
what's the point?
How many companies did they have under their roster? That's the thing too.
Perfect next question, because listen to this. So it's one-click checkout service for online merchants. There's a lot of online merchants. This shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah.
They had in 2021, which is like kind of in the mid, like last year, like they should have been cranking after the pandemic too.
People were buying shit online like crazy.
Absolutely. They had generated just $600,000 in revenue. It's embarrassing for you.
That's very embarrassing.
What?
That's like what most engineers are paid. Or maybe two engineers.
Yeah, you can get a couple engineers for that.
Yeah, you can get 2 engineers for that money.
Their annual revenue? know.
That
what?
is
You should be on
shocking.
red alert. Come on.
Yeah.
They had raised, don't forget, $124 million at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know what the multiple of that is, but it's definitely more.
Damn, dude.
Their biggest competitor, Bolt, had
Who I've
apparently
also never heard of.
Yeah, neither have I, and we'll talk about them more in a second too. And they had apparently 50 times that amount in revenue or something like that. I didn't look into that too far, so don't quote me on the numbers. But point is, they were doing way better. So
Right.
it's not like, hey, this is a difficult thing. It's just they
Right.
were fucking up in a big
Yeah.
way. They also, get this, Fast had been burning $10 million in cash every month.
On what?
Skydiving.
Holy shit.
All of that bullshit, which is 20 times more than they make annually.
I'm kind of convinced that these people that we cover, they just have no anxiety.
None.
I would be losing my mind.
He doesn't have, what is it, like the adrenal? That's why he's like just going on doing wheelies and doing all that shit. He's like, maybe I'll feel something. Maybe it'll spark an emotion in my soul.
Maybe.
That apparently has no stress whatsoever.
Yeah, I would be so stressed. Oh my God.
So some of the examples, as mentioned, he spent a lot of money, $10 million. What the fuck was he spending it on? The Fastronauts, which is what he called his workers, had noticed Holland pouring significant money into deals aimed at creative marketing buzz, like partnerships with sports teams. They questioned the benefits. I wonder why. The first
Not a clear ROI on that? I'm
doesn't
so
make
confused.
sense. Maybe get some salespeople.
Yeah.
Maybe consider that.
Yeah.
A
That
great
might
investment.
be interesting.
Pay them more. Okay. So the first thing that he did was he teamed up with NASCAR for marketing stunts, which was Holland doing donuts. That was the first video that we saw.
Okay.
First of all, why is NASCAR your target market?
It's not.
It's not.
No one's proceeding to check out for NASCAR.
No. They are buying in store. Walmart.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You need to go to Walmart.
A great store, but that's where the NASCAR people are going.
Yes.
It's fine. Fine. We love them. Big part of your economy. They're not going to be using Fast.
Is there a Walmart in New York?
There is not.
Okay.
There is a Costco, which is owned by Walmart. Is it? Or is it its own thing?
I'm not sure.
Doesn't matter. Literally irrelevant. Okay. Secondarily, he also agreed to pay electronic music duo The Chainsmokers a reported $1 million, almost twice what he makes annually,
Wow.
to perform at a retail conference and in a promo video.
Oh my God. Okay.
So thank God this happened right before the pandemic that he made this agreement with them.
Right.
And then he ghosted them.
No. Well,
That made me laugh. I was like, how you're going to ghost the Chainsmokers?
yeah, that's hilarious. They should make a song about it, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they will.
That just sounded so obnoxious. Like when people are like, you should make a bit about this. You know how like you and I have this
Chainsmokers.
inside joke and you should talk about it on stage. I'm like, yeah, it's super relatable. This thing that only you and I know
I'll
about.
definitely break it down for everyone. The Chainsmokers are like, we'll talk about this crazy CEO and how he almost paid us $1 million to do a promo video for him, and then we backed out.
Is that not relatable? It's like love story.
Yeah.
Also, CEO promising to pay you $1 million and backing out. Those are like the same
It's
side,
called-
same.
We'll call it closer. Like, we
Right.
closed the deal.
Yeah, it's the same thing basically.
Yeah, so their agent was pissed.
Yeah.
And there was like a whole bunch of all like
Also, maybe I'm an old fuck, but
Yes.
like the,
you're not.
but the idea that he was gonna have the Chainsmokers in an ad and expect people to recognize them, I'm like, who the? I don't
and
know.
then
them.
relate that to payment.
Yeah.
Maybe just license one of their songs.
Right, I have no idea who the fuck these people are.
I don't first of all know what the Chainsmokers look like.
No, me neither.
And I'm the target demo.
I am sure have listened to their
You
music.
definitely know it.
I
It's
know it,
very popular.
But if you ask me, name one, I would say I don't know.
yeah, chain smoker.
If I hear it, I'll say, oh, this must be that band. But
Yep.
like, I don't fucking know the
Nope.
song. Okay,
I think he was just a fan, to be honest. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
I don't think they like him anymore.
nah, I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not.
So they ran out of money, obviously, extremely quickly. Like, we can do some
Yeah.
mental math here. $10 million a month. You've raised $120 million. That's a year. That's one calendar year
Yeah.
that you've got. Probably a little less. So a year later, he tried to go for a Series C funding round to raise $100 million at a valuation of over $1 billion.
How?
And didn't find any takers.
What valuation? What do you like? You're just
What?
pulling. This sounds like my fucking realtor. Okay, like he'll be like, "Oh, this is gonna cost $200. Is okay?" And we're like, or $200,000. Like, no. And he's like, $100,000 is okay. And you're like, so you just dropped $100,000.
For what reason?
For no, he's out of his fucking mind. Not realtor, contractor.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, your realtor's a good guy.
Yeah.
We like him. So anyway, obviously that didn't work out. The investors were like, hello? Where's the Chainsmokers music video that we were promised?
Oh, my God.
For $1 million is a lot.
It's
for
a lot of
performance. Come on.
Yeah. For one performance?
For
yeah.
one performance? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. So he, in his attempt to get the Series C funding round, he told potential new investors that he was planning to lay off more than half of his staff.
Okay. Well, that's like nothing.
Yeah,
You're
first of all,
only making $600,000.
but then that information got leaked.
Oh, boy.
So the staff found out about that via an article, and they shared their concerns. And this is kind of funny, in a Slack channel called #TeamFun.
That's funny. Good for them.
They were pissed. Understandably.
Yeah.
I think they were like, this point, like, you're a fucking idiot, because this is actually not a bad idea.
No, it's a great idea.
The actual concept behind this company, like, could work, but like, hello? Everything?
I'm sure there'll be a copycat that comes out. Or maybe, I guess, Bolt or whatever. Yeah.
Bolt, and we'll talk about them in a second. So they said, it really doesn't feel good when outsiders know more about our company than we do. All we're asking for is to know if we will be out of work tomorrow / this week, and to hear it from our leaders. Very reasonable requests.
Yep, not bad.
Bearman. Bearman. And then another one says, I'm not even sure if the above news is true. It has been 5 hours since the news about layoffs was published, and we don't know anything yet. Well, unfortunately, it was true.
Okay.
So in April 2022, Dom posted this like real long fucking thing on their website, talking about how they had like revolutionized the mission of making, buying, and selling frictionless for everyone, and that they were the trailblazers. Don't make it all the way to the mountaintop, but even in those situations, they pave a way that others will follow.
Oh,
so he was trying to take like a bunch of clout from it, and he was like, "Oh, the team, the dedication, brilliance, and spirit of this remarkable team is unparalleled." Sure.
Listen, thank God for narcissists, because I feel like they've created a lot of cool stuff for society, but this guy just blows.
Dude, honestly, narcissists make the world go round.
They really do.
It's kind of the weirdest thing that I've gotten away from this podcast is like, just make it up, folks.
Right.
Believe in yourself, even if you literally have no reason to, because
Exactly.
what the hell is this?
Right. Ego over everything.
Everything.
That's what you should take away from this podcast.
Kinda. I don't know. Prove me wrong. I haven't seen it fail yet, unless you're a minority or a woman. That's not true anymore. We can do it too. Okay. But back in the So anyway, he thankfully they got a lot of their people, like they did this thing online where they got a lot of their engineers hired over to a firm, which was kind of cool. So thankfully a lot of their like employees got taken care of. And they shut their doors, and the website now largely closed down. So this got posted online, and people were going crazy, like talking shit, obviously, about the company. We love Blind.
Right.
If you're not on Blind, get on Blind.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's like the drama of every company on there.
Do you think it's real though? Like,
yes.
Okay. Well,
don't ruin this for me.
No, I think that all the gossip is real because I choose to, because it's just fun. But I do. Every single post that's like, I got an offer for $500K. Should I take it?
Yeah.
Or should I take one for like blah, blah, blah? And by the way, I'm an entry-level engineer. I'm like, are you really? No.
I would say that there's probably some lying going on there. It's just simply people being like, we want to flex on everyone.
I guess so.
But,
anonymously flex though?
Yeah, I don't
or
know.
I'm like, am I just getting paid way under what I should be?
Well, we should have been
Maybe
engineers, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably not, though. Because then you have to really...
You have to work.
You have to, like, do your job.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. Okay.
Just kidding. We work. Okay. So they shut down, and people started talking shit online. And there was this one specific one where a guy... Because you can see on Blind where people work when they post. Because it's, like,
you
verified.
Can?
Yeah. Come on, May. I'm about to unlock. So look, like, see, I have this screenshot here of the comments thread. You can see this guy was working at Wayfair. This guy was new, so that's not. I don't think that's the company. Google, etc. So on the thread, this guy called 100B meme from Bolt wrote, "We win, LOL."
No way.
He replied to this thread about like the layoffs going on at Fast.
That's funny.
It's funny. It's also like a little much rude. Like literally people are losing their jobs.
True,
like,
true.
Relax.
You're
you
right,
fucking
you're
idiot.
Right, you're right.
So he gets a lot of like 45 likes. And then a couple months later, this was really fucking stupid because Bolt had an article come out yesterday about how they're also really struggling. And on top of this, Bolt is like, I think they're doing some layoffs as well. Yeah, they had laid off around 250 employees, or at least a quarter of its staff.
Whoa.
So like that's a significant layoff.
Yeah.
And it also leaked that their CEO, Ryan Breslow, had stepped down as CEO of Commerce Software So he had stepped down as the CEO of Bolt in January. Mm-hmm. While he was doing that, he made a deal with investors where he said, as part of a funding round in which BlackRock and other investors bought new stock in Bolt, he was able to sell his stock and made $10 million on his own shares to existing investors. Now, the reason this is so important is because they also blocked employees from being able to do a similar type thing. Yeah.
Listen.
So he made a whole bunch of money. The stock sale was like one of the co-founders. He was able to step out. And then after that, the revenue growth from transactions slowed rapidly. And the company later laid off around 250 employees. So it's like basically he was able to exit right at the right moment. Yeah. And then like send his employees out to dry.
Damn.
To the river. Sold them out to the river.
So two exactly the same companies, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it sounds like Bolt is better run as a whole, but like they're still also going through some pretty intense issues, and it's not like.
Is it gone?
No, they're still around, but they're certainly not one to throw stones if you live in a glass house. Bolt.
Or shower in a glass house.
Don't want to do that either because you're naked. People see you.
Yeah, like your neighbors can see into your house.
Yeah. You don't want that. Right. Or you do.
Yeah,
or you do.
Yeah.
We don't know your life. Rather have that.
Well, that was amazing. Is that guy? So what's his deal? What's he doing now?
I didn't really look into
like
that.
A few months.
It's only been like literally this came out yesterday. This revelation, and I didn't think to like look more into what he's up to at this point. Hopefully chilling, taking the summer off. Oh, Dom is not doing anything except for posting pictures of his family on the boat.
Okay, well,
on Instagram, follow him. I guess.
I'm not.
Should I follow him? I don't. Like,
no,
I just did a whole.
Follow him if you want to look at his stuff. Okay, but don't give him a follow.
Yeah, we don't know. Go look it up.
How many followers does he have?
He's a CEO. He's like pretty like low key. Like there's not like a ton of action, but understandably. But it's weird because I'm like, you were kind of trying to be a public figure.
You were trying. You were doing all that fucking NASCAR shit.
Yeah,
he was like giving it a go.
He was definitely giving it a go. Yeah. Just get a GoPro and a couple drones, man.
Right.
Just make it yourself. You don't need
just
to spend all the company's money.
And then
it's
you're
like fine.
Huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the story.
Okay. Well, that was insane. Be careful who you work for.
Also, believe in yourself. That's like been my literal biggest takeaway from this. You can do whatever you want. This guy really fucked over. Like he had a whole issue. He was in the news in Australia. The government tried to put him in jail.
That's so funny. Like if that happened to me, I would sit around forever and be like, well, I'm not a good businesswoman because this happened to me. And like I would be in my 70s and I'd be like, in my 30s, I fucked up so bad. I could never even do whatever.
I ruined my life.
Yeah.
He took like 3 months.
Yeah.
he took a lap, a flight, and then restarted.
I kind of respect it.
I do too.
I very much respect it, actually.
I definitely do. Except for I wish, it's so weird because I'm like, but why did you have to just like look at the numbers, man?
Right.
This was obviously not going to work. What are you doing? Were you just trying to have as much fun as possible while pissing away the investors' money?
But yeah,
because in that case, just admit it.
I know,
it's
right?
kind of funny.
That's kind of cool.
I can get behind that.
All right.
Yep. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. We'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe. Please tell your friends. Just tell one friend to like and subscribe and follow our podcast. We'd really appreciate it. And follow May_Planet for dates.
And Laura Sogar for literally a bunch of shit. There's a lot of podcasts and stuff like that. But you guys are great. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.